What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? This is the PressPlayPodcast. I'm your host, Drew, and I got my co-host with me, Troy.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
All right, guys, today we're going to be going over some survival games, some different scenarios that we have. We have some fun hypothetical questions, and we're going to go over just a multitude of different survival game worlds and just kind of give our analysis on them and just ask some fun questions. This is going to be a fun episode.
What, do you hear that?
Mm-mm. What? Is it something outside my room?
I cracked open a cold one.
Oh, good. Already
Just
got mine.
like the fans should do.
They should. Crack open a cold one.
Yours is fake.
True.
Yours is fake.
Mine's just been sitting out all day.
Mine's survival based.
Plus 25 to energy, huh? All right. So we're going to answer some just basic, general questions. I guess first, just to kind of warm up. And then we're going to answer the same 5 questions pretty much in each world. And we might have some world-specific questions there too. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. What was that?
Oh, my phone's plugged into my PlayStation and I turned it off when we started. And then it stopped charging, so I turned it back on. So it revved up. I was like, I hope you can't hear that. I saw you look shocked, like a fucking car was about to come under my window.
That's what it sounded like. It sounded like someone was revving up an engine, getting ready to come through the damn ceiling. Okay, so we're gonna start this one with just a couple fun questions. And the first one is, which survival game would you pick out of all the survival games? Maybe it doesn't even have to be one on the list, but just in general, which one would you pick to live in or try to survive in? Just like with the rules, there's no respawns. It's just kind of like how it is in real life, but you're in that game world. Unless there's items in the game world that can make you like immune to death or stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, the most fun would probably be Ark. But I don't think I would survive long because it's literally dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I kind of feel like the forest in a way, because I feel like as long as I wasn't alone, I feel like we could hold our own against some cannibals. Maybe not forever, but I feel like if it's just a couple, maybe.
I mean,
but that's just generic survival, like fire. If you take the cannibals out, that's just basic survival.
Oh yeah. If you take the cannibals out, it really isn't even that bad. There's a plethora of resources on the island, and I mean, there's the plane crash, so you have eventually the resources are going to run out, but you have access to certain technology. You got, I guess the flintlock isn't really going to do a whole lot, but there's a chainsaw on the island. There's some different bows. There's some there's a katana. There's hatchets. There's, I think, a rock climbing tool. There's a rebreather. So there's a lot of stuff and a lot of things that you'd have access to. This is just what I can remember based off memory. So I don't even technically know if I'm getting all of it. But yeah, no, that would probably be, I think the most fun would even though it's not fantastical, would be the forest, just because I know the island kind of pretty well because I played it so much. So it would kind of be like, not exactly, but it would kind of be like living in my own backyard. Because, I mean, I know the lay of the land.
You better hope, because there's no respawning in that one. If they jump out from behind the trees in the dark, you don't get a second chance to catch your breath.
And I don't think I'd survive too long in that game, to be honest, because as soon as Virginia or Armsy or whatever, any of the other crazy ones, there's a worm that comes on day 50, so it's just...
Oh, I forgot about those ones.
But if we can get the key card before then and get to the bunker, they're really not going to be that big of a problem. Because I forgot about the bunker.
I forgot about the terrifying crew. I was just thinking of humans, just having to beat up on humans.
There's the crazy ones. So it would be fun. It'd be scary. It'd be like living in Resident Evil.
Well, survival horror game. You want to live in Resident Evil? I don't think that's on the list.
It isn't, and
granted, I don't think either of us would pick it, but
I sure the hell wouldn't, because I mean, basically all the people in that game have not superhuman, but kind of superhuman-esque. I mean,
what? You don't think you could take on Nemesis? in a fist fight?
I don't think so, and I don't think I mean, if we're going off the logic of the world, I mean, I guess it's only fair if we get to go off the logic. So if that's the case, then I can just take my arm, pour a little first aid on it, and reattach it. So I mean, maybe it wouldn't be that bad.
Far Cry, man. Just snap your hand back into place 8 times in a row, and you're good.
I mean, that's unrealistic, but putting your arm back on and just putting a little freaking, alcohol on it and acting like it's getting reattached is a little bit far-fetched.
Just rub some dirt in it. Like, literally.
I mean,
rub some dirt in
I know you can, if it's within, like, a certain period of time, and you, keep, like, the appendage or whatever that's cut off, like, cold, you can actually, like, attach people's arms and legs and, like, fingers. I never even knew that. I thought that was just, like, fake, but it's real. But,
yeah, but granted, I don't think you really can after you have other blood and rotting flesh around the wound.
That's
I just feel like put it back on.
I don't know. That's just it's a.
We'll have to get a doctor on the podcast and ask them.
We'll have to get a doctor on here and have them go over the integral health aspects of each game and do a deep dive on that.
We'll get Drayton.
The closest thing probably we have to doctor. I mean Justin.
No, stop. That text don't count.
Yeah. You better hope your dog never goes to Justin because you ain't going to see him in one piece.
I hope Justin runs his own practice and he asks you to run an ad on your podcast.
I will, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the animals would be in the best of care. So,
make me sound like an animal. Jesus.
As long as he tries his best.
Yeah, that's what matters.
It is. So we can start out. This is probably, I know you said the forest, but I think this is, well, to a degree, probably the most realistic. Raft, I think, is probably the most realistic out of all of them.
Yeah. Besides the constant shark trying to attack.
Yeah,
them.
that's what I'm saying. There's some things here and there that don't make a lot of sense, like the big birds dropping the stones and stuff on the island, and a couple things here and there, like the aliens. I mean, I guess one day the robots could be like that. I mean, if they, keep going at the speed.
We'll be prepared.
Yeah. And we got some general, questions based around that game. So the first question is, would you be able to survive on a raft in the middle of the ocean with just a hook and some floating trash? In like that game world, not like in real life. We're just going to base it off of the game world.
I mean, yeah, because for being in the middle of nowhere, they just have a lot of trash.
Even in real life, has a lot of trash.
I mean, it does, but I don't think you're going to find valuable stuff floating to you just consistently enough to survive off of. If you do, it's like grace of God.
I mean, that's true, but also I've watched some survival shows like Survivor Man, and like you'd be amazed the stuff that just washes up on the shore. But I know what you're saying. In the middle of the ocean, it's probably not going to be like that. But
oh yeah, I mean on the shore probably, but in the middle of the ocean, it's like. My main concern would be just the vast nothingness that's around.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I would go insane because but I mean if you constantly have sharks attacking you and there's nothing else out there besides trying to pick up trash and survive shark attacks, I feel like your brain's not going to be very happy with you for very long.
I don't think it would be, but the thing about Raft is it's co-op, so you could probably have somebody else, with you. And on top of that...
So they get ate by the shark?
Well, the shark really isn't that bad. As long as you have, some spears, it's not that bad, and eventually you can get to where you can reinforce the raft and it can't damage it. So it won't be a problem at a certain point.
Maybe an AK-47 will float by.
Maybe. All right. So that's pretty self-explanatory. It's a no-brainer. We're gonna survive that. I mean, at least from that specific question. Now, what role do you think you would have on the raft? I don't know. You can have multiple people, but we'll just say for the sake of this, it's just me and you, unless you want to add somebody else onto the boat. Preferably not Tevis, but I mean, if you want to pick him, you can. And okay, I'm jumping off the boat if that's the case. Actually, it's probably safe.
My role will be my role will be the victim.
I'm not gonna ask of what, but
I don't know, because see, like growing up, I did a lot with like plants and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like normally I'd say forager, or like gardener, or
You
farmer.
can do that on the
but
boat or on the raft.
well, yeah. Well, I mean, if it's in game, that'd be my role. In real life, I don't know. I don't think we're starting a garden on a boat.
It would be very unlikely to start one in real life on a raft. If
we'd have to get quite a bit of rain.
Yeah, well, we're just unless you're wanting to relate it to real life too and answering like real life, then that's fine. But
gotcha.
I was just thinking of it from an in game. It's whatever you want to do. We can go either way.
Oh, we can do game. I don't care. Either way, it doesn't matter. I would say in game probably. I usually try to play support characters, so like I usually hunt, gather, heal, stuff like that. That's just always the roles I play. I have fun playing. I don't know. I would assume you'd probably be more like hunter and defender.
I like to hunt and defend, and I like to gather and farm too. I mean, it really just depends on the game and who I'm playing with. When I was playing Zeke, I was basically the boat bitch the whole time when we were playing Raft, which was fun because I like doing that stuff. But in Raft, like he was always the one going on the islands. I was just holding back the ship. I mean, I was like Mama Bear. I was foraging like everything I could like around the raft. I was fishing. I was building every single thing. I was like the handyman. I was Bob the Builder on that boat, and I was just taking care of everything on the raft and while he was gathering materials. So my role would probably just be the defender, at least in raft. And probably the builder to some degree because I have some building knowledge, but not like crazy. But I mean, I don't know how it works necessarily in game because it just shows you how to make it. So I don't know. Here we go. We got the next question. How long do you think it would take before one of us accidentally falls off and gets eaten by the shark? Now it takes like the shark has to like sit there and kind of like just bite at you. And in the game, you don't lose any appendages or anything. You just take damage. So we're not gonna have to worry about anything like that. And as long as you're quick about it, you can get back on the raft pretty quickly. And there's bait, and you can throw the bait and distract the shark too. So,
I feel like you fall off first.
I definitely think so. I think I'd be trying to hit it and miss and slip off or something.
I could imagine you slipping on like a wet spot of the boat.
All right,
saying
just
some
jump
choice
in.
words on your way down.
You just see.
Well, depending on who's on the boat with us, like we heard earlier, you sounded pretty eager to just jump off a boat. Take my chance with the sharks.
Maybe some people would just be bait.
I mean, the guy we picked, he's gonna feed a couple sharks.
You said we could throw him in and he'd feed the next 3 or 4 sharks that came by?
They keep coming back, man. They think we're just gonna keep feeding them.
I agree. I would definitely fall in first. Would you prioritize expanding the raft or purifying water first? I think you probably would. Well, you would prioritize water, but I think what you're going to end up doing is expanding the raft probably first, because to purify the water, it kind of takes a little bit to get all the materials. And but I mean,
I mean, you have to get water.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna live long if you don't have water.
No, but eventually, if you play it long enough and get enough stuff done, it's like automatic. The water just automatically purifies constantly. Sure. Yeah. Me and Zeke beat it, so I got a very good. We got almost all.
But I didn't know you could beat the game.
It's a story game. I never even knew that. I thought it was just a survival game. It's literally a story game. That's it in like new recipes by doing the story stuff, and it has like a little radar, and you use the radar to find the islands that have like it just correlates to like story locations. It's pretty fun. And you can make the boat go really fast. It eventually becomes like steam powered and like oil powered and stuff like that. It gets pretty like in depth. So you can make a really good rig. You can make a big farm on the boat. There's llamas. There's birds. I forgot what kind of bird. Then there is.
I never knew it was that in depth.
It's pretty.
Like I said, I thought it was just a survival game.
No, it's. I mean, it is. That's what it is. But there's a lot of depth to it. Yeah. So, definitely, I agree on that. How long would it take before we turn on each other over food? Well, if it's in Raft, I don't really think that's going to be an issue because food is so plentiful in Raft. I mean, you literally throw your fishing pole in the water and you get a fish in a number of seconds. If you have somebody that's prioritizing food, and then there's a lot of cool recipes too. You can make like a whole bunch of neat recipes. You can make like legendary recipes. There's a smoothie maker where you can make smoothies. So I think out of all the games, besides Minecraft, probably this would be the one where we wouldn't even have to worry about turning on each other because there's so much food and drink in the game.
I mean, yeah, in game I usually, you know how I like to play some games.
Oh, I know.
In real life, I don't think I could turn on a friend and take food from them.
Yeah.
Unless they were just being an absolute like they were starting it, in which case I probably wouldn't feel as bad. But I don't know, because I feel like when we play survival games, like we always keep some stuff like off record, just so that
you don't need to be saying that.
Dude, I know there's times where I've asked for food or something in a game, and everyone's like, "Oh no, I don't have any," and I'm like, "How do you not have it?"
I'm gonna be honest. I almost always have a hidden stash. The only time I didn't is when I played with Zeke, because we would always just share. Like that's literally the only time I don't think I've ever done it. He's the only one I trust to do it with. Everybody else, anybody else, I don't.
Remember Minecraft, the hidden stashes?
You always
have the hidden
and you just go around my house looking for the chest. You'd just be breaking everything around my house. Where is it?
I'd be digging up the yard.
There was one point where I literally had it like it was on the 360. I hit it like away from the house, like literally like I don't even know how far away, but I hit it in like a formation, like in like a mountain where I could remember it because I didn't trust you around the house.
And it's fair. I'm not gonna sit here and defend myself on that one. It was justified.
It was.
I remember one time I walked in on you trying to bury your treasure. And then you got mad at me because I walked into your house when you were digging up your stash. And I was like, sorry. It's like I didn't know you were busy.
Yeah, you should have knocked first.
Yeah. When are they going to add knocking to mine?
That's about the only thing they haven't added.
I mean, yeah, they added maces. The maces look kind of cool.
There is some cool stuff, and we need to talk about that in a video, Minecraft: The Rise. And I mean, it's not really fallen, but in my eyes, it's fallen.
It kind of plateaued for a while, I think.
Well, in my eyes, it fell. Maybe never really like. It's always been in the realm of like what people play and stuff, but is for the enjoyment of the game personally.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Because I mean, you can have fun, but
we need to do a Minecraft episode. We did COD.
We do, and I remember we did that on the first Press Play podcast. Shout out to the first one. Minecraft and Call of Duty. Those are our two biggest videos, I think. Yep.
Well, I mean, yeah, you remember we streamed Minecraft on YouTube, and it would get just a bunch of views.
Dude, I remember I got so pissed off at Drayton. He would literally be streaming Minecraft and just get all these views. Like, and he wouldn't even be talking or do anything. It'd just be Minecraft, and it would be like 200 views. And I would be streaming every single day, and it would be like I couldn't get past like 40 or 50 viewers. The most I've ever had in a stream at one point in time was, I think, 50 viewers when I was playing MLB. So.
Drayton's just better streamer.
Actually, that's a lie. I got raided one time on when I was doing Fortnite, and I think I had like a couple hundred people in. That's a lie. Yeah. Somebody raided me on Twitch one time. Yep.
That'd be cool.
It was really neat, especially because I don't have, I mean, I know it's not like it was like a thousands, but I mean, it was still cool to have somebody be nice like that and do that, especially when they don't even know you. Like that was really nice of that guy.
Was it some random guy?
It was like, some random guy. No, it was some random guy. It was real nice, real cool. I forgot his name. I don't think he streams anymore, but
well,
I mean, dude, I never interacted with him. I guess. I don't know. He had like a couple thousand subscribers on Twitch. Or not like subscribers, but followers or whatever. So.
Whatever the Twitch currency is.
Yeah. Okay, so we don't have to worry about turning each other over food, at least in this game. We kind of already went over this. I guess we can just go over it quickly. What real world skill do you have that would actually help us survive in the raft? I'm good with fishing. I'm okay with farming to a little degree. I know you're way more proficient in that because family literally does it for a living, and I would be okay. I think at some of the building, and I would say the hunting and fishing. I'd probably be okay at.
Yeah, I would say. I'd say when I need to, I definitely am able to work as well with a team.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm not super proficient in like I guess anything specifically that I can think of that would help on the raft, but I know a little bit about enough stuff that like we could get some stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say like this isn't really a skill, but it's just how my body works. Is like I don't need to eat that many calories to really like go throughout the day. So like I wouldn't need a bunch of food. I would just need like a fish a day, fish and a half, whatever. Like something in the morning, something at night. So like I I would work good in a team setting because I don't have to eat as much as Aiden.
I don't think anybody has to eat that much. Maybe some competitive eaters, but barring that, probably not. Um, could you realistically build a multi-story floating mansion like people do in the game, or would your raft just be a sad rectangle forever? Well, I think we could definitely make it if I'm there. I know enough about building. We could definitely make it. Maybe not into something like crazy, but we could make it some multi-story and make it into something nice.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. My thing is, I don't know if I'd really have the motivation because it's like I don't want to. You probably don't want to be on the raft to begin with, so it's like I don't know if I'd. If it's the video game, yeah, I'd want to make it cool, but like I don't know. I mean, can you make pretty big buildings in Raft?
You can't. The thing about the game, which I like and I also hate about it, you can't make buildings on land. It's stupid. You can only make like add additions to the raft.
I guess I meant to say like not buildings on land, but like
The boat.
make the raft
You
into
can you
a
can
building.
make it into literally a floating like they were saying mansion. You can make it
Fortress.
into like
Oh,
yeah. And then if you have to get a lot of material like metal and reinforce. But if you reinforce every like square on the boat or even the outer edge, the shark can't attack it. As long as he can't attack the outer edge of the boat, he can't attack anything on the inside. That's how it works. So he won't even
well, I mean,
attack
yeah,
it.
that makes sense.
So and the shark really doesn't
Huh.
isn't even that bad. If you have somebody constantly watching and stuff, I mean, I don't know. And
I haven't seen anyone make anything huge on Raft, so that's why. Like, I know you can make like walls and stuff, but
well,
like I said, I haven't seen anyone actually make like mansions.
I think when what they do when you load up the game, they actually show stuff that people custom like made like in the game. I don't know if they send it into the website or they post it on social media and they just take ones, but they like show different like things that people have made. And some of them are really 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 nice. And I think the game has probably come a long way from when you and I first were introduced to it, which was like multiple years ago, like when it was out on the PC. Now it's a lot more updated and a lot more stuff to do. So
I guess that's true. I'm still thinking about the old one when it like first came out.
hmm
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to pick it up and try it out.
I mean,
My fear is that I'd pick it up and then I wouldn't touch it again.
it's just the thing that sucks is when you beat the story, it's a fun game, but it's not. It gets kind of like old once you've discovered every item. That's kind of
So it doesn't have much replayability.
no because I mean it's because it only is so fun to survive for so long when you've run out of enemies, when you run
I
out
mean,
of
yeah.
items, when you have all the blueprints in the game. Like it in my opinion, for me, it just isn't as fun.
No,
Not to
I
say
mean,
you couldn't go back at a certain point every year or play it a couple times a year and have fun, but once you get everything, it's just why am I playing?
it's probably only fun with friends at that point.
It really, to me, was only fun with friends because in survival games usually just in general, because I feel like I can't accomplish very much when I'm playing by myself because I have to worry about just getting through the day. Whereas when I'm playing with other people, one of us can worry about getting the food and water and the shelter, and then the other can go and get materials. So you feel like you're just getting so much more done, and it just isn't just such a just grind. So
Yeah, and I mean, also it's more fun to survive with friends.
well, obviously, I mean, in real life, you go
So
insane if you don't have like human interaction. So I feel like it's kind of the same when you're playing a game like that.
you'd go insane.
I would.
I would too. So
Um, over that, if you could bring one modern day item onto the raft that is not in the game, what would it be? You can go first.
oh, I
You
don't
don't
really
know?
know what's in there. Uh, um,
I'll make it easy. I'll go first. An airplane.
you're gonna bring an airplane onto a raft.
I
I
mean, you can make the
mean,
raft big
I,
enough. You can make a runway.
I was gonna actually say
Gyrocopter,
a
something.
cell phone, but I felt like it was like a cheap way out.
Well, I mean, in the context of the game, I mean, you can go. You can actually go on. I don't know how it would work because you can't place like a bet or anything. But there's cities in the game. Like there's
Like,
cities. Yeah, like you can go to an
oh,
actual like city, or you can go to an underground. It's kind of like Atlantis, style like place. There is a snow city. There's a forest area with a bear where you have to fight a bear.
I
There's a lot. I'm
dude, I
telling
just
you.
need to play the game
Yeah,
because I literally thought the game was just
that's what I thought it was too. There's
on the
snowmobiles too.
raft.
There's snowmobiles. Me and Zeke actually had a snowmobile that we drove onto the boat, but it despawned after a certain amount of time. We thought we were just gonna be able to ride it on the raft and take it from the island to island, but
Well, yeah, I mean that just goes to show how much that game's changed. Because, like I said, I'm still thinking of it when it was like in beta when it like first came out.
mm-hmm. No, it
Hmm.
was. It's pretty fun. Um, Yeah, I'd probably just bring a gyrocopter or something like that. Just because I don't necessarily think a phone or anything would help you because I don't know because I don't know in the game if there's like actual like civilization out there because I feel like you'd be able to find it if that was the case. Like there's some
I
people
don't
out there
know
and
if it's
stuff.
in. I don't know if it's in the game, but for to keep it kind of like boat related, I would take one of those like air like jet like that they use in the swamps.
Oh, airboat.
I'd put Yeah, I'd put one of those on the back. I don't know how well it works on the open sea, but probably doesn't. Otherwise, they'd probably have some.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's
but
for like lower like levels I think of water, kind of like in the Everglades. That's why it's the like that. It's for like low like water, so it wouldn't really do a whole lot in the ocean.
I was thinking of a way to try to get out of like having to rely on the wind.
I mean, you can
I
use
guess
it
I could have
like
just set a sail. I don't know why I was
I
trying to
mean,
make
they
it
have
cryptic.
sails that, but you can motorize the boat
I,
and make it into the boat can like it can get going. I had like 4 or 5 engines on that boat. I did. I
had it
was.
souped up like a supercar.
It literally was. We were going. We were going. Um, would you be the one swimming out to grab barrels, or are you waiting on the deck and yelling directions? Um, I don't
Um,
know. It really just depends. If I have a big ass shark in the water trying to bite me, I don't know how inept I would be to go out and grab barrels. Um,
just punch it in the nose; it'll swim away.
I mean, the thing in
That's what
that
they
game it
teach
doesn't.
Navy SEALs.
In real life, it might work, but in the game, I don't think it does. In the game, it doesn't stop till it's
I,
dead or you throw bait.
I hope that's. I hope that works because that's what they tell the Navy SEALs. That's what they tell the cadets if one gets like starts swimming at you to punch it.
Well,
It doesn't work. Then I'm like, why?
the Navy. I'm talking
Why?
about in the game.
I mean, I feel like I'm more prone to do it just because I like to risk it all.
Well, you'd also be a lot faster than I would be, probably too. So
And in the game,
yeah, if you're swimming and going to get like a barrel
oh,
or something. So
we'll just use you as bait.
well, you can
That's why we need Hayden.
be the best bait. Let's say we're both stuck on a raft for real. Who cracks first and tries to drink seawater? I feel like it would be me, but again, I don't necessarily. When I play games, I always have my priority be like what you need, like so you can do the other stuff. So I mean, in real life, obviously, it probably wouldn't work, but in the game, I definitely think we wouldn't have to worry about food or water because I make that the priority always when I play a survival game. I make sure that's good because if you don't have that like in a surplus, you can't do anything. So I always
I mean,
just
Don't Starve. Great example of that.
we got that in here. So
I wouldn't survive Don't Starve.
there's no, that would probably be the one I would last choose. Honestly, I'd probably rather do the forest over that. I would actually. But also, you can resurrect and don't starve. So.
Oh boy, I get to go back to hell.
All right, now we're gonna go off with kind of maybe not the first one, but what everybody probably thinks of when they think of survival game: Minecraft. So, how long before we starve in hardcore mode? I'm gonna be honest, I've never played hardcore mode. The game, I think the game's hard enough, not because like the gameplay, but just because like the food in that game, you have to eat every freaking 2 seconds, and if you're not constantly eating, you lose your stamina, and it's just that's part of the reason I don't really enjoy playing Minecraft anymore is because it's so like I get it because it's a survival game, but you just constantly have to be eating, dude. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, you run out of like hunger pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that. But on the flip side, I mean, there's like always animals or always something to get food with. So like, it is annoying, but it's not annoying in the sense of like, oh, I just slaughtered 10 cows and like I can just fill up my like hunger bar.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I definitely get it. What was the question?
It was how long before we starve in hardcore mode?
I don't think I think I'd probably fall to my death or get murdered by a monster before I starve to death.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean,
food's way
you
too
gotta
plentiful
really
in Minecraft.
I mean, you gotta really mess up to starve to death in Minecraft.
Yeah, the only way you could really get around that is by eating, like just eating to make sure your health's full. Like, I mean, you can literally farm so easily in that game. You just you get a cow and you get a horse and you get a pig and it doesn't even.
Yeah.
You can make cake, like so.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you gotta really screw up.
Yeah, who would accidentally punch a villager and get us killed? Again, even on hardcore, unless the Iron Golem is there, I don't feel like villagers... It would be me, but I don't feel like the villagers would kill us unless they had an Iron Golem. I don't. The villagers...
I don't think they don't even attack.
I don't think they do, unless they made it to where they do.
They don't. Well, if they do, it's news to me.
Even if they did, they wouldn't kill me. It would have to be an Iron Golem.
How wild would that be?
Be pretty wild.
They pull out swords now when you punch them.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Could we survive a creeper ambush? Probably not. That's probably what would get me killed.
I mean, it's like, could you survive an airstrike? Like,
I mean, essentially.
Yeah.
If we had a bow.
Let me walk it off.
If we had a bow, we probably.
What did you say?
A bow.
But it's an ambush.
Well, go to find water. Take our bucket of water and dump it.
Find a cat. They're scared of cats.
Well, hopefully you have Lawrence around.
What did you call him?
Isn't it Lawrence? Clarence.
Clarence.
Damn it. I tried.
I thought you called him Florence, and I was like,
I thought
what?
It was Lawrence. Clarence. Yeah. Close enough.
Maybe.
All right, here we go. The Forest and Sons of the Forest. Would we investigate the cave system or never touch it? I would be the one wanting to investigate it, I guarantee, because just the better equipment's down there, and it's just going to keep getting worse if you don't. So I would definitely go to the cave system.
Yeah. I mean, in a game, yeah. In real life, I mean, I'd have to be pretty desperate to go into a cave when there's just literal cannibals and, the other creatures that are on the island.
Yeah, it would just depend, because it changes in real life. Because, it's a game and you can still die, but I don't know. In the game, I know that there's, I don't know how to phrase it, because if the question's phrased like a little bit differently at all, it just changes everything. So I'm just going to assume, for the sake of us, that it is the exact same in real life and in the game, and whatever will happen either way. So I'm just going to look at it from that lens. The answer would still be yes then in that case, because I know it's in there, and I know that it's just going to keep getting worse every day, and we're going to end up dying a much worse death than with just a couple cannibals with a little hammer, than if, we have those big things coming at us so we don't have the better gear. So, even in real life, I would say that it would be the same for me.
Yeah, I've always been an explorer in games. I've never been the type that wants to sit back and build. Now, like in those games when you can build, like in the forest when we're collecting trees, like logs to
We're
build
gonna get
walls and
strong
stuff,
in
I
that
thought that
game.
was fun.
Yeah, carrying the
Yeah,
logs.
he's gonna carry the logs.
Gonna be
That's David
everybody.
Goggins' favorite. That's David Goggins' favorite game.
Well,
Only
hopefully,
video game he plays, and he just carries it from one end of the map to the other.
one of the questions we have is who would we want in the game with us? If it's the forest, David Goggins' my answer because he's gonna carry all the logs. He's gonna be building. We're gonna put his ass to work.
He'd probably make us work out though.
Oh well, we're gonna be working out the whole
No
time.
food, and he's making us go out there and run.
I mean, it'd be good for me. Could we handle the cannibals mentally, or would we snap? I feel like just normal cannibals would be creepy, and I mean, I wouldn't obviously like it, but you're gonna be sane. You're gonna start to grow insane from like just being on islands.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm sure I could handle it, but like I wouldn't go crazy because there are cannibals around. I'd go crazy like if they were trying to, kill me and eat me.
yeah.
But as long as they're not actively doing that, it's just, it's no different than a bear walking around.
No, I think it would the like specialty like zombies like the crazy ones those would be the ones that would freak me out a lot more.
Yeah.
Would we eat an arm if things got desperate? If I had to, I mean, yeah, obviously instead of dying, but I would hope things wouldn't get to that point because I mean there's things respawn all the time. Like you can keep going out to the boat and keep getting protein bars. You can hunt like and trap stuff, so you can usually have a good supply of food. And then also there's the bunker, and you can buy candy bars and stuff in there. So I hopefully wouldn't have to come to that, but I mean if it did, yeah, I'd eat one.
Yeah. I don't know if I could. I just don't know if I could eat something that has human blood in it.
I wouldn't want to, but I mean I definitely could as long as if it wasn't like you or like somebody I knew, I could definitely do it.
I don't got much to eat anyways. Subnautica. I think I could survive it. My big thing though is since you're on an alien planet, I would probably be more afraid of eating like a sea creature that's like venomous or I guess it'd be poisonous than anything. And I feel like that's how I would like actually die.
I probably would too. On top of that, I absolutely hate eating fish or seafood, so I feel like
Oh, that's right.
I if I had to, I could, but I hate it. So like that would be a battle for me every day. That would probably be the one I'd least want to be in, just because of that.
Yeah, I forgot you hated it. You don't like seafood.
Well, I just don't like the taste, and my body doesn't like it either. Like I even quit taking fish oil because it makes me like sick. So I just don't even take it, and it's something that's really good for you. Something you're supposed to. I don't know if I'm allergic. It just doesn't make me feel good. Like I don't get like super sick. I don't know.
Yeah, Subnautica probably wouldn't be good for you.
No, and also I'm not like super scared. Maybe if I was thrown in the middle of the ocean, but I'm not like a big fan of like large bodies that like if there's some land nearby, I wouldn't care. But if it's like just you're the middle of the ocean, that'd probably freak me out.
Yeah, I think that'd freak anyone out.
So
That's why, like, if I was to join like the armed forces, I don't think I could do Navy because I don't think I could just sit on a boat.
yeah,
I couldn't. If I was like a Navy SEAL or something, that'd be different. But like, I couldn't just be like work 6 years on a boat and then go. Like, I would hate it. I'd lose my mind.
Would be a lot different if you have a boat that's stocked up and you have materials and you have resources. I wouldn't want to like necessarily do it because I think being on the water is just kind of creepy. I don't know why you would do it unless you're traveling from one place to another. And nobody's meant to like live on the water. I mean, if you want to, that's your prerogative. But I sure
Jesus walked on it.
Yeah, but he didn't take a boat on it. I guess we can move on to Ark since neither of us really played that much of that. I haven't really played a whole lot either, being honest.
Yeah,
I've played it more than Subnautica.
Yeah, I played it a couple times. I don't think I would. It's literally dinosaurs. Like,
some of these questions are stupid though. Like, who would eat raw meat and get sick or starve out of fear? Like, fire is so easy to make. Like, literally, cavemen can do it, so you're telling us we couldn't do it. I mean, that's a real stretch to say, like, we're going to not be able to make fire. Um, so that's kind of a stupid question. Could we build a functioning base without getting raided? Oh, this is thrown into online, and I guess. Um,
I mean, I think we would get raided. The thing is, I feel like I'm more diplomatic than you.
oh, definitely.
I feel like you can be, but it's kind of like once it sets you off, it's like no holds barred. Like it's just like it's like okay, well, nope, you're gonna build on our land. Well, enjoy getting your stuff knocked down.
I don't know because
It really depends who talks to him.
It would depend on that, but also like as good as I want to think I am, and as many people as I think I could take down. I'm also a realist, so if there's like a group of like 12 people that are coming to us and like giving us the ultimatum, I don't necessarily know how out of line I could get within reason unless they were saying they're just going to take all of our stuff, which at that point I would just go down swinging. So,
I mean, I'd make them earn it. I mean, if it was like a really terrible ultimatum where it was like, hey, lay down your weapons and then we're just going to like enslave you, I would be like, well, it's like I'm going to go down fighting. Like I'm not going to be enslaved.
If we're in that world, I'd try to tame as many dinosaurs as I could, though, because we're not going to have like necessarily an army of people. But if we could get an army of dinosaurs, then that's going to be our best bet. So maybe I could do that because I don't know. I feel like that'd be really cool, but I don't know if I'd be very good at it. But if it's just like in the game where it's just simple, like how it is, then actually it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I'd have a T-Rex and
Yeah, I mean, definitely if we could tame dinosaurs would be good.
Well, we're living in that world is how I take it. Like it's like the same rules of the game.
Oh, I gotcha. So it's not like a if you could. It's a
it's not like it's real life. This is what's going on in that situation. It's like we are in that game. The exact same like settings and standards that are in that world. We're just in there. We're taking the place of the people.
The only problem is though is that those people would also probably have a T-Rex.
I mean, at that point though, it's going to determine a lot more.
It'd be like Battle of the Five Armies.
It would be, but I mean, I'm an overachiever, so I would make sure that we had a lot. It'd be like the Shadow of Mordor. I would have like just an army.
Just well, yeah. I'd say we could pull it off. We'd probably end up getting raided and killed. In all
worst
honesty,
comes to worst, just get some pterodactyls and just fly around.
True.
So I kind of want to play Ark after talking about it. I don't know why. It kind of makes me want to play it again.
My only problem is it's just such a big game.
There's so much to do, and I don't like the tether. I don't know if they removed that. I heard they removed it.
Oh, I don't know. The last time I tried to play it, it was tethered. I think maybe I want to say it was with Chase. Either way, I hated it because I was like, any game with tether, I hate it.
Dude, I do too.
Like, I'm like, it takes away the exploration.
Exactly. Aspect. If you have to sit there and be around your partner and play like
with hold them, each other's hands.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. That takes away the whole premise of the game because you can't. The whole thing for me the reason I play with other people so they can do something different and I can do something different and we can come together and then work for the greater good of the squad. You can't do that when you have tether turned on.
Nope.
So
that's why like Conan Exile, I'd stop playing that because of the tether.
Yeah, the tether in that game was a lot better than Ark, but yeah, I agree. Still,
I mean, yeah,
it was way better than Conan, but. Yeah. Yeah,
like I get you want to explore as partners, which the reason they tether, I'm pretty sure, is just so the game runs smoother, so it's not loading.
Yeah, but when we get to the PS5 era, it's kind of they can't really. Yeah. Because these games aren't that graphically demanding unless you're just installing mods and stuff. Like let's not pretend like Ark or Raft is you're gonna need the newest GeForce to play it. Like I mean.
I'm gonna need a new capture or a new capture card to put in my PC or my PlayStation.
Yeah, Gee
so I can
whiz.
run Raft at ultra settings.
If only. Green Hell. I've played it a couple times. I actually reinstalled it recently, but I haven't played it. Ooh, Cardinals took the lead again.
I didn't play it, but I know it's in the jungle and all that. Is it also cannibals? Isn't it cannibal?
I don't know. It might. I don't
I don't
remember.
remember.
I don't remember either. I don't necessarily know. I think it's just a dangerous tribe. I don't know if they're cannibals. They might be. They still try to kill you because they're indigenous people and they're not used to seeing you. They're trying to protect their land, obviously. So, could we survive the jungle without going insane? It depends. I think I would. The jungle would probably be one of the places I would hate to survive the most, aside from a desert, just because I hate bugs and there's so many bugs in the jungle. I think I probably would go insane. On top of that, like all the plants and stuff that are poisonous and stuff, I just don't know a whole lot about. I know a little bit about some of it, but would either of us actually know how to heal a wound? It would depend on if we had access to like the certain few things that I know about, depending on what the wound was.
Yeah.
So again, I haven't played this game in a while, so.
Yeah, I don't think I'd go insane from the jungle. Out of all the like environments to survive in, I think the jungle has too much stuff for me to like focus on being alone or like
No,
stranded.
I think it means more so of like going insane by like getting poisoned by a spider or by a snake or like
Oh,
getting shot by a poison arrow or something. That's what I think it kind of means. Like that's how I take it. I don't know
I
if that's
got you.
yeah.
I would probably go insane from like a snake or spider bite. The thing with snakes though is the only reason I'm like not like scared of snakes, but the only reason I'm like kind of worried about them is because I can't tell if they're venomous or not. So in the jungle, I would just assume all of them are venomous, and I would just be so fixated on trying to find them. I don't think they would. I think I could see a spider biting me like in the middle of the night. That'd be a heck of a. And you're allergic to spider bites, so you'd be SOL there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. That's probably I would take Green Hell over Subnautica, but it would not be my favorite. Um, yeah. All right, Don't Starve Together. Your favorite.
I would don't
Would we
start.
actually cooperate or just go full chaos mode? Well, I think we would have to cooperate because that's one of the hardest worlds, in my opinion, to survive in out of all of them. That one, it's
Yeah.
horrible.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got that's like one of the only games where I can think of that you have to manage sanity, hunger, and health, and like each of them have their own like cons. So like you can't just be like, oh, I'm not really gonna worry about my sanity meter. It's like, yeah,
Well, I
well,
feel like
good
it
luck
would
with that.
be like us and how we are though. Like we would have our own like stats and stuff, and our own like benefits and stuff and detriments.
That'd be kind of cool.
Well, that's just how I take because it's like we're going in there. Like it's not like I'm gonna have Woody's ability to turn into the werebeaver or anything, unless we take
You
it that we get
wish.
to pick somebody. Yeah, I mean that's who I would choose. I mean that would be by far the best option, in my opinion. I mean the robot dude
Would
wouldn't be
it be a
bad
good
either,
one? No. Uh,
but
I don't
I
know.
took it
I
against
mean,
us.
yeah, I mean, there's just so much in that game that can kill you, that can not even necessarily kill you, but can just absolutely just cripple you.
And then the
That
seasons on top of everything else.
season's a big one. I mean, I agree with you. I think out of all of them, that's the hardest one. Granted, that's like out of everything on the list, besides of course like Subnautica and Ark, that's the probably the biggest one based in like fantasy
Mm-hmm.
because it's cartoon. So
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's just like it's hard because not a lot of it's real. I mean, there's literally tree guardians and stuff
Mm-hmm. Lord of the
like
Rings is real.
yeah. I'll tell you right now that if a tree guardian woke up in real life, I wouldn't be sticking around. So
Yeah, I could concur. Could we survive winter or just freeze to death instantly? It would just depend on the materials we
I'd
had.
probably freeze to death.
I mean, honestly, that's when I die most of the time in the game, anyways. So I would say probably freeze to death, but I don't know. It depends on just the luck of the draw, I guess. Who's more
Except for
likely to
one
set the
Paul.
camp on fire? Definitely me. Moving on. I mean, there's nothing.
Short and to the point.
DayZ. Would we trust random players or avoid everyone? I would probably try to avoid everyone. I don't trust people. I don't like people.
I wouldn't trust randoms,
Unless
especially in like an apocalyptic setting.
Yeah, I don't. That's what gets most people killed. I feel like in the movies and the games and the TV shows, they always put too much trust in other people. It sounds horrible, but if I'm put into that situation, unless they have a kid or something with them, like, or unless they like looked like we could take them, I probably wouldn't even trust them. Probably just try to kill them before they even got close, because I mean you're just taking too big of a risk even talking to them, because you don't know, they could have a group of people like that they could like have communications. You just never know. And at the end of the day, it sounds horrible, but if we're putting like that we need to survive and we're gonna die if we don't get the stuff, I mean it's survival of the fittest in that scenario. So
yeah, my problem is, I feel like I would still try to have morality in a world where there is no morality.
Well, I just mean like in DayZ. I don't mean in real life.
I got
people don't have morality.
Yeah, I mean, you remember The Division? Remember the friends we tried to make? Remember what always happened?
Oh, I remember. You would start opening fire.
I didn't trust them.
Well, that would be me and DayZ.
They'd give us items, and I knew they had more to give, so I'd start shooting them because they were cutting out on us. They were holding out.
Jeez.
Gonna have to put a clip of us playing.
Dude, that is back from centuries ago. You know what? I am gonna have to get that and put it in there if I can. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get it and put it.
I'm gonna have to watch it later.
I watched those really good old days. Those were the good old days. I went back and watched so many of my old videos, and it was a trip. It was a trip. How long?
You're like, man, I can't believe I used to act like that, and I still do.
I was gonna say not a whole lot has changed. How long before one of us drinks bad water and dies? It'd probably be me who would drink the bad water. That game, the Food and Water, I haven't ever survived a super long time, but it is so hard to get in that game, Food and Water. So I feel like it'd probably be me who would die first.
I played it once and I got bored before anything could happen. At least on the PC, I'm sure it's way more fun. Console,
the PC, it's a lot better. On console, it sucks.
Oh yeah.
Who'd be the best looter and who'd slow us down? I would think I would be the best looter because that's all that I do when I play those games. So I feel like I would constantly just be looting. That's what I would be doing. And I don't necessarily know. I mean, maybe I'd slow us down if like I was hungry or thirsty. But aside from that, I don't really think I'd slow us down in any way.
Yeah. I never really was a looter. I more so was like, I wasn't ever really like, I didn't want to raid people's bases. I just wanted to like kill the enemies and then like just take their stuff like on the side of the road in Minecraft.
In Minecraft. Even though we already talked about it. So I guess you just forgot to mention that earlier.
No, I said kill the player.
Okay.
You can't say that in YouTube. BTS.
I know. 7 Days to Die.
We get banned before we even get started.
Good. Save me some time and effort.
Because thank God we can be done.
Would we build a solid base or just a wooden shack that collapses? I would think we would build a pretty good base, but in 7 Days to Die, it really doesn't seem to matter how good of a base you build, because when that blood moon happens, Jesus help us all, dude. It's bad.
I mean, I remember I fell asleep one night when you guys were just about to it, and then I asked you the next day, and you went, "Yeah, everything's gone." I was like, "What do you mean?" And you're like, "It just everything was wiped out."
It was the day before Zeke left, back to go home, and it was, dude. The first time it was bad. It was pretty bad, but the second blood moon, oh my God, dude,
it got worse.
Dude, I would literally run. I'm not even kidding. I wouldn't do it. There is no final stand. I would just I would be hoping the car's full of gas and just drive around through that whole night. Like that's probably the only thing you could really do.
Dang.
Dude, it was me and Zeke sat on top of the house, and they eventually made their way up to the top of the house by climbing up the ladder. We had good gear. We had.
How long did it last? Like 20 minutes, or?
It lasted, I think, like 40 minutes.
Oh my God.
It was horrendous. I'm not even going to answer the Blood Moon one. No, there would be no surviving. What traps would we actually set up to survive? I mean, the wooden spikes, I guess, and some explosives, I guess we'd put down, but you really can't do that much. I mean, we built so many wooden spikes. We even made
I
pitfalls.
mean,
We dug trenches and put the spikes all around us in a trench, and it still didn't matter. We had a drawbridge to cross, and they just wiped away
I was
everything.
gonna say, man,
We had concrete house. We had a concrete house.
and they tore it down.
Yeah.
I want to know how you're supposed to survive it then.
I sure the hell don't know.
Well, yeah. Otherwise, you would have survived.
I mean, if it was just
with
me
your
and
stuff
you,
intact.
there's no way. But if it was like a whole bunch of people, then maybe. And food and water really isn't too terrible to get in that game. So.
Yeah, I feel like water, at least starting out, maybe sucks to find, but I feel like after a while, it gets pretty easy.
Well, and there's
Because
also
you get
mods
stuff
in the
to
game
make the water.
where you can drink dirty water though too, and it just purifies it. So like, I guess I take that as like a life straw or like a something like that kind of.
Wouldn't that be cool if you can just get mods IRL? Just be like, hey, I'm gonna get a mod where I don't pay taxes.
No, well, it would be, but I meant a mod like within the game, not even like a mod that you
No,
download. Yeah, but that would be.
No,
cool.
no, I know what you mean. Like a tree or whatever, like an upgrade tree.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish we could do that in real life. Just disable taxes. That'd be awesome.
Don't need to sleep.
I have that to a degree.
Yeah, you got a problem. Is what we call that.
True. So I guess yeah. Which in which of the survival worlds do you think you'd last the longest? We answered that earlier. Honestly, I think the best answer, in my opinion, would probably be Minecraft.
I mean, I think Minecraft's the easiest. Minecraft has the least amount of variables, I should say. Well, as long as you're not going to the nether or the end, I guess.
Yeah, if you're not doing that, but even then, like, you can make potions and stuff to where you're practically invincible. And if you can get the golden apples or the enchanted golden apples, I mean, my God, dude, you're not gonna really have to worry that much.
That's fair. I don't know. I just feel like whenever I'm in the nether, I feel like I always just fall to my death in the lava.
Well, yeah, but you can make fall damage resistant armor, and then you can do fire resistance potions. So technically, if you play your cards right and just have a whole bunch of potions, you really wouldn't even have to worry about the nether.
Fun little story for the podcast. The other night, Max fell asleep while playing Minecraft, and he died to a witch. And he said he woke up in the middle of the night, or he woke up at like 6 a.m., and it was on the Xbox home screen, and he goes, oh, I guess I just fell asleep while playing, and he got on, and he died, and it was on the you died screen for the last, like, 6 hours.
Oh, my Lord.
So all his stuff died.
Oh, my God, that sucks.
But it's a realm, so they just rolled it back. I was like,
oh. Wow. Yeah, that's
you got lucky, dude.
That's a good thing about the realm. You can save the previous save. Shout out to the realms. That's one good thing they've added to Minecraft when they've taken they've complicated a lot of things, but the realm's one good thing they've added.
Debatable.
Which game do you think would kill you the fastest? Don't Starve, definitely.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think even if you avoid all the enemies, I think you can starve to death like 2 days, maybe. Well, it depends. Each character has their own like stomach, but you would die like pretty quick. At least I would. I'd starve to death. I say right now, that one's the hardest. I mean, the only reason the other ones would be difficult, like Ark would be difficult, only really if dinosaurs were attacking you or other players. But Don't Starve in general is difficult. I can't imagine if they made like a one where you can raid people.
Don't Starve Battle Royale.
Dude, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't even think I'd try it.
I would.
I don't think I'd even.
I don't like the base game enough to even do that, and we like make it to where the days aren't even as long, and we have the nights aren't even as long, and like make it to where we can respawn and all that shit, and it is still like insanely difficult. So I'm steering clear of that at all cost. All right. Who would be your survival partner, famous game character, celebrity, or your co-host? Well, it would depend on the game. I mean, obviously, I would probably take a game character because it would make the most sense. It'd give me the best chance of survival. I'd probably take like Kratos or somebody like that. So like literally nothing.
That's who I was gonna say,
nothing.
Dude. I was just imagining Kratos slaughter like the don't starve in him.
Yeah, you have anybody come near you, any players in Rust or like literally any game. There's nothing that he's not going to be able to take care of, and you're not going to have to worry about anything but the elements, and not even the elements to a degree. He can start fire at any time. He can cool anything down with his axe. He can literally do basically anything that you need. If it's like I wouldn't take a celebrity probably. I would choose you over celebrity just because I think chemistry is more important. And like trustability and like, knowing somebody, I would definitely choose you over like an actual person, I think.
I mean, yeah, unless you're taking like what's his name, Alan Richardson.
Yeah, if you're gonna take
like take him.
Yeah.
But like if you're like, oh, I'm gonna take like, Tom Cruise. It's like, why? Like if you're gonna take someone, take Joe Rogan, take someone who has survivability, like
something like that.
I'm gonna take Ariana Grande. It's like, cool, you're gonna die pretty quick.
Well, I mean, she would probably survive a long time though, because she's like she's probably like 72 pounds or something like that. So she could just eat like one blade of grass.
I feel like she's too used to her life though, that she wouldn't be able to survive outside of her mansion and everything. Which, to be fair, I'd be that way if I had that money.
I mean, I think I would be to a degree, but I don't think I'd ever let it get to me where I would like. I don't know. I don't know because I can't speak from that perspective. But I would like to think that it would.
I'd want to. Yeah, I mean, I'd want a big house, but I don't think I'd want a mansion by any means.
So that pretty much covers that. And then for the final question, would you rather fight off a zombie horde in DayZ or try to tame a T-Rex in Ark? And which would actually happen first? I think the more likely answer to this, probably a zombie horde based off how it would depend on the number of zombies. If we're talking, I don't know what a horde would be considered. I guess I could look it up and see what a horde is considered.
I mean, just a large group, really, I assume, is what it would mean. I think it'd be cooler to take down a horde than it would be to tame a T-Rex. But also it's DayZ, and I struggled to find anything in that game that would allow me to kill one zombie, let alone an entire horde.
Yeah.
So
I'm still not getting a proper answer. There isn't a fixed number. So
yeah, just large group. I think horde, I'm thinking like DayZ hordes. Or not DayZ. Days Gone. But
well,
that's
the horde size, and I think I'd rather try to tame a T-Rex. Because unless you, it would be easier, but if you would have to have the weaponry to take it down.
Yeah. I mean, now, if I had, Days Gone weaponry, I'd rather fight the horde. But if I had to do it DayZ style, no. And I mean, I'm fast. I could probably outrun them for a while, but I feel like they're going to have my scent. So you're just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, I wouldn't be running at all. It wouldn't even do me any good. I'd be better off just trying to fight them, just with a baseball bat or something. I'd get further with that than I would running. I would, because they're just. I'm gonna end up just running out of breath so fast and just be done.
I just imagine you like Leonidas in the 300, just fighting them off to the very end.
That's pretty much what it would be. You'd see him taking my brainstem, and I'd be swinging with the crowbar, and that'd be the end.
Be like Sub-Zero. You're just fighting them off with the skeleton, the skull, and the spine.
But I don't know how it would work. They don't try these in certain games, so I don't know if it would work. But where you can rub the guts of the dead zombies on you, and they it makes it to where you blend in. That works in a lot of those worlds. I don't know specifically DayZ because you can't do that, but that works in almost all those worlds. So I'm just curious if that would.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know because every zombie apocalypse has something different. Mm-hmm. So it's
in DayZ, it's not like it has to where you can see the lore, or to the best of my knowledge, it's just strictly a survival game. There's not
it's hey, there's zombies. Do your best.
Which I get it because it's not really set up to be that, but it's just.
Well, yeah.
It's hard to answer some of these questions just based off, not knowing the specifics. So, long-winded. I think that covers pretty much everything, unless you have anything to add.
Nope. I think we covered a lot.
No, it was fun. Kind of felt like I got off track a couple times, but all in all,
We did.
I think we did a decent enough job. I don't think there's too
Yeah.
much editing going to have to be done, and guess we can close it out. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Take your elbow, drop it down on that button, and we will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace out.
See you guys.